Finally, I was able to take a good trade after such a long time, bro. This December price action has been not really good, so I wasn't been able to take any kind of good trades. But I finally got a good entry today, and I took it. So yeah, let's have the trade recap. Literally, I just made like I wanted to restore ratio. Currently, we are at all-time high. So it's my first time trading all-time high. Uh, so I just target a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, then I'm out. Um, yeah, to be honest, it was a good trade. So coming into the day is again, let me just remove this. Like this is right here before market open. Like you guys can see, we are currently on all-time high on the NAS100, and yeah, so of course I was gonna be bullish for the day, but I was gonna look for some like confluence to the downside in order for me to take a long. So I went on, marked out this 4 hour fair value gap within here, which did not get filled, and then we had these hourly low within here as hourly drawn liquidity to the downside. So I went on and marked that to use it as a confluence, and then let me just, so this never happens, I can remove that. So this is that 4 hour low that I'm talking about that I had marked out that never got, like it got touched into it but did not get filled in. And this is the hourly low within here. You guys can see when market opened, price came lower, we took out this hourly low, and then from there I was like, bet I'm gonna go and look for long. Why? Because we are at all-time high and there is no reason for me to take any kind of short because the market is really bullish. Even if you go on hourly time frame, look, we are bullish on hourly, 4 hourly is bullish also. You don't even see a down candle within here. And if you look at the daily time frame, the same, nothing. And since I think I use it as of like my confidence, but I don't know if it does make sense because I think when the crypto is bullish for the day, the S&P X 500 is going to be also bullish. So right now we are really bullish into crypto. It's just me thinking that way, and that's another reason. Like I was like, nah, there is no way that I'm going to be bearish for the day. But yeah, that's just how I think. But I don't know if it is even like that. Uh, But yeah, from there, if you go on lower time frame, you guys can see uh, we took out this low, and then from there we had a SMT, lower low, lower high, and if you go on S&P X 500, we had lower high, then lower low. I did not take a trade over here. If I had taken that, I would have been also like the TP would have been hit, and yeah, so I took the trade over here on Nasdaq. Bro, I hate taking trade on the S&P 500. I'm never gonna take a trade on the S&P 500 maybe because I haven't traded S&P 500 for ages. But yeah, if you go 1 minute time frame, you guys can see within here. We had also some like 5 minute confluences. We had this 5 minute fair value gap, and then we had like from this low to this high over here, the 5 minute fair value equilibrium, sorry, you guys can see price did come fill into this and then closed bullish. The 5 minute candle closed bullish, so I was like, bet another confluence, and my main confluence was this SMT. Like, to be honest, SMT, if I have SMT, then I'm gonna 100% take the trade. And yeah, from there you guys can see, let me just remove that. You guys can see we had SMT, price moved higher, we had a inverse fair value gap, boom, we disrespected this bearish fair value gap within here, closed above that, and then from there you guys can see we had this fair value gap. You guys can see price got filled into it, and then it pushed higher. I did not enter based on that because it wouldn't give me a good entry, so I knew that we are going to see a candle to the downside. So once this candle came lower, I just went on enter best of that to just get a better entry. My take profit was over here, take profit 1. I did not take any kind of profit. Like I did not took off any kind of profit because it was going to be just a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. Did not like that, so we can go and remove that. And then my final take profit, it was just a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. Since we are at all-time high, I'm just going to be targeting a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. If we don't have any liquidity to the upside, like hourly high, 4 hourly high, or anything like that, so I'm just going to go and target a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. As you guys can see, the trade played out perfectly. My take profit got hit, a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. I don't know this why this is over here. This should be up here. And yeah, my stop loss, you guys can see I had marked it out. My stop loss was, we had another fair value gap within here. So my stop loss was just below this fair value gap within here, so that we might not get stopped out. And you guys can see, bro, the stop loss was perfect. Price came lower and filled into that, and then boom, we pushed higher. Like, it's crazy that, imagine if I had put my stop loss below this low, I would have been stopped out, and then the trade would have played in my favor. But I had to consider this 1 minute fair value gap also, that price maybe wants to come and fill into that, and it did. Let me just go and remove this. Don't need that anymore. And yeah, again, let me go through S&P 500. Either way, I don't trade, but pretty much the same. We had this hourly low within here, market opens, we took out that low, this hourly low within there, and this is a 4 hourly fair value gap, which price filled into, like that's the fair value gap. And then from there, you guys can see we had also SMT over here again. So this is right around where we took the trade on the Nasdaq, but over here I did not see any kind of entry. We had an inverse fair value gap, nothing happened, price pushed lower. And then I think the second entry would have been maybe like we had an inverse fair value gap over here, and then we had a fair value gap which I wouldn't have taken my trade based on, because you guys can see it just touched into that, like barely, and then move higher. But if I had taken the trade, that would have been like off of this high, stop loss below the this fair value gap, take profit at that high, or target 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, which wouldn't give me a good risk reward ratio. So there is another reason that I don't take trade on S&P 500, because most of the time it does not give me any kind of good risk reward ratio. I just use it as a like confidence to take trade on Nasdaq, to look whether the S&P 500 is the leading index or the Nasdaq, look for SMT and stuff like that. Yeah, good trade today. See you guys if I take any kind of trade. But yeah, I made like 3% on my 100K account, and then I made another 2% on my 15K funded account. So if you're wondering if I hit a 1 to 2 reward ratio, how I hit 3K on my 100K account, I use trade copier. I don't know how, maybe because it doesn't risk the right amount, but yeah. See you guys if I take any trade for the rest of the week.